My name is Joshua Johnson, and how I came to this field, kind of by accident. I just ended up coming to Jamestown because my wife lived here before we were married, and I wanted to move here and be near to her. And so she had a friend who knew somebody who worked at TRC at the time, and they said I should come and apply, and so I did, and here I am. I think that the things that challenge me the most in this work are probably not being able to identify every situation as the same as the last situation, or every person as the last person, so that you're constantly having to adapt how you work something to fit into how the person you're working with works something. And I think that's the biggest challenge. It's also probably the most rewarding part, just because you get to see people accomplish things, and some of it, maybe even a little part, is because of what you did. I think that leaders tend to be followed. Managers tend to, I suppose, manage things. They tend to have a grasp of what's going on, but not necessarily are aware of how to make things happen. Whereas a leader, someone who's naturally able to lead, I guess, would be able to not only have a grasp of what needs to be done, but the people who are behind them just seem to gravitate toward what they're trying to accomplish. And so a good leader would be someone who can accomplish that. I would say that professional development for me means coming and expecting to work hard, expecting to try things that I haven't tried before, so that I can increase who I am as a person, increase who I am as an employee, and become more than I am right now. You've got to constantly be able to be flexible and creative and work in a way that provides a real quality of life for people, despite all the changes that are going on around you, and even in spite of them, I suppose. Making every resource available to that person that is out there, that's a real civil rights issue. And I think that we have come up to situations in my work where there was a little bit of pushback from community in seeing people they might not have ordinarily seen in places they would not have ordinarily been. But being able to take advantage of your community is a right of everybody. And I think that that's something that we provide here at TRC, and I think that's a really significant part of what we do. I think that a lot of the time, well, anybody would crave relationships with people around them. And for us as an agency to be able to provide that opportunity for people to meet and engage with others in the community that are not paid to be around them is really important. I think that the weight of that stays with people for years. And having real supports in your life, as opposed to just paid supports, people who are going to be there, maybe not on a Monday through Friday basis, or on a third shift or a second shift basis, but people who are going to be there to help you through emotional and social issues that you might not be able to get from paid supports is very important, and that's important for everybody. I think if TRC can teach us anything, it's that diversity really matters in a person's life. I think that having a diverse workforce really establishes a rounded person, and having diverse people around you really can change your perspective on how things are done. So I think that having diversity in the workforce and diversity in any place really can aid our company, can aid the lifestyle that people enjoy here that utilize our services. I think that having diversity is another important aspect of what we do. I think for anyone thinking about getting into direct support here at TRC, even if, well, anyone who's not even thinking about it, I think they should give it some thought. It was not at the top of my list when I came to Jamestown, and it wasn't even on my radar, and I knew very little about TRC when I came here. But I gave it a try, and it has worked out wonderfully for me. And I really appreciate the work that I've been able to do here. And so for anyone who's thinking about joining TRC, or for anyone who has even heard about us and could be joining TRC, I think that if they give it a try, they might find that there's a lot here that they didn't know about that is going on that's really good stuff, good work that you can feel positive about when you leave at the end of the day. And not that there aren't hard days, but you'll find those at any work situation. And I think that the hard days even can pay off in the end. Well, I would like to thank everyone who's working in the homes right now. I'm in a setting that is a day service setting, and so we're seen and out in the community, and people know what we do, and people know us. But the people who work in the homes are vastly invisible a lot of the time. And I just want to thank you for the work that you do, because what you do is super important to the people that I work with. And anyone in the home share as well, or even people who are managing the homes, I just appreciate what you do. And I want to thank you, because what you're doing out there is making the quality of life 2/3 of the time for the people I work with that I don't get to see or hear about really very much, but I know it's getting done. And so thank you.